Welcome everyone to the Yosu Taiko World Cup 2021 Grand Finals. This is Brazil versus South Korea, the loser bracket Grand Finals. I'm Bath, joined by Beat in this thrilled ride. How's it going?
I am doing very well. We have two very top teams who have fought very hard throughout the tournament to make it to the final three. Both of them have succeeded in their quest to do so. Both of them looking for a chance to fight Japan. And both of them have to confront each other now. It's going to be quite exciting to see how these performances go. We have a very exciting pool to test these players on. It's going to be great.
Yeah, of course. You see the rosters in screen. Both teams having really good players. Probably the ones that shine out the most are their carries like Hirake and Peaceful, but everyone was a participant in making it to the grand finals. Both these teams.
Oh my god, Skull Kid rolled a 100.
Oh, that's instant win.
You don't lose to 100.
You can tie.
No, when they're not tying to 100.
I mean,
it
can happen. It can happen,
but it's not gonna happen. Anyway. It never happens. Hundreds back to back, that has never happened in World Cup history. That is exciting.
Yeah, bans.
Wow.
Ban-wise, I think this is pretty clear. South Korea has a really weak hidden in general. They have used Jonah, for example, as the player for hidden. And hidden 2 this week is just really hard. Not really sure what you're expecting from South Korea, but...
Yeah. Well, Peaceful rolled an 87. Which is really unfortunate. It's a really high roll. Lost to a 100. Unfortunate. But South Korea has lost a roll, so they will be banning first.
Correct.
And there is a very spicy pool for us today. We have 6 no mods, 2 hidden maps, 2 hard rocks, 2 double times, 3 free mods, and the tiebreak is unbannable.
Expected, and hard rocks are probably, yeah, I was gonna say before Brazil announces their ban, that might be Hard Rock too. The Hard Rock from South Korea is just
Come on, Hard Rock ban. You've been seeing it for the last 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, Brazil is
banned in every match.
Oh yeah, I mean Brazil sometimes should go with that Hard Rock ban, especially this week. Olo plus Peaceful roster in Hard Rock is just fearful. In a map that Killer Beast, it can be devastating.
It's still gonna be banned.
Yep, both bans pretty predictable from both sides. They're going out with that hidden 2 and Hard Rock 2, leaving only 1 of each. And now it's first pick for Brazil. Might be one of the no mods. What do you think?
Ooh. I mean, look, preparation maps like No Mod 6, where you require a lot of gimmick elements, they tend to get picked first. And I'm a sucker for gimmick maps, so I would love to see No Mod 6 as the first pick.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be that pick. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Right,
it's first pick for Brazil. Let's see how this goes. Let's not forget, Brazil comes from the winners bracket, winning against Argentina. Most of the matches Brazil won were pretty one-sided. This match is definitely one of the the hardest apart from Japan's. Really the final moment to show their worth. If they're worthy, actually.
Exactly. If you have not seen No Mod 6, this song is quite a treat. Clocking in at 2 minutes and 59 seconds, a BPM of 180 and an OD of 7. There are a lot of spicy elements involved. Very deceptive in terms of reading, memorization.
Yeah, it's another Ulki gimmick. You'll love to see it. I mean, as always, that's all of your gimmicks. It just has your typical ninjas, some really hard fast section scroll. I think that's what I took outside of this map, some really fast scroll sections. I'm not really sure how much speed, but looking forward to see how both teams manage as Foxer comes in.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just waiting for all the players to align themselves before we get started. looks like Peaceful and 5 Henry will be playing for South Korea.
Peepus and Foxer in Brazil. Interesting to see Foxer play here. Foxer hasn't been playing many maps in the past few weeks, and playing your practicing the average gimmick, it's really good chance to play because gimmick is all about practice. And here we go, first map of the losers grand finals, and it's a pick from Brazil. It's Nomad 6.
This is a best of 13, so first to 7 points will win, knocking out the other team and advancing to the grand final where they'll play against Japan. Good luck to the teams. May the best team win.
Correct. Remember, if South Korea wins, it will be the second year finishing second and in a row, actually.
Exactly. All players clearing the introduction. Good start for everybody. But this is only the first of many challenges.
Yeah, it's a 3-minute map as well, so a lot of time to recover act-wise, because so far, Peaceful and having that advantage.
Exactly, but it's very thin. So thin, in fact, that it's practically unclear.
I think it was a triple tie for a moment between Peepus, Foxer, and 5 Henry. Except for Peaceful, everyone else is just doing pretty well, but now the drops from Foxer and 5 Henry are pretty big. 5 Henry!
5 Henry suffering a huge drop there. It's going to be down about 97.5%. Brazil taking the early combo lead. And Peaceful dropping as well. That is actually unfortunate. So Brazil having the combo momentum right now, swinging in their favor. It's helping to build up the lead, but they're not really getting that much of an accuracy advantage. South Korea is holding steady.
Oh, Brazil's first pick is looking neat as both players from South Korea missed once again, and there's no indications from South Korea to make a comeback, although Foxer misses. Look at Peepus.
Just the only player still on a full combo. Has made it to nearly 1,000 notes on a tough song like this. Quite a tremendous feat, but Foxer starting to pick up misses of his own. Not detrimental yet, as they have a really nice score buffer.
Yeah, if 5 Henry hadn't dropped that much I might have seen South Korea be a bit closer, but it isn't the case.
Yeah, most of the difference is coming from combo, because South Korea is actually keeping up with Brazil's accuracy, which is what they need at least, but unfortunately, the Perth is just absolutely dominating the map. And now coming down to this final section. Will anyone miss on the DK section? No. No.
That's the first point for Brazil. And on the first pick, it's Peepus with a full combo. 1100s. My God.
Peaceful also pointing out a very good score, getting 1100s and 4 misses. Quite a solid performance by both of those players. Fortunately, for South Korea, despite 5 Henry having a higher accuracy than Foxer, is not enough to overcome the combo deficit, the combo penalties. And Brazil wins on their first pick, getting themselves on the board.
Yeah, really good start for the Brazilians. Many players and viewers in general didn't have them as candidates, of taking out some points out of South Korea's hands. So, already looking forward to this match.
Brazil, there's been a running joke this whole tournament that Brazil's been beating everybody's, X1, and then they got to finals, and then they lost 7-1. It's going to be a 7-1 result. I don't know who's going to get the 7-1, though. Just calling it.
Wait do you see it's going to be a 7-1?
Yeah.
I don't think it will be a 7-1 at this point. Brazil's not really good.
They're both really top teams. But we'll see. Hard Rock 1 will be picked.
Speed of Link, yeah. We all know this one.
Yep. It's fairly well known.
It's loved, I believe.
Yes, this is a loved map. It's been used as a hard rock pick in community level tournaments and stuff, so a lot of people are very familiar with it. has an OD of, I believe, 8.4, 2 minutes in length. It starts at about 240, I think, and then speeds up to about 260 towards the end.
Yeah. Considerably the
Somewhere
easiest
around
map in the pool? What do you say?
No, I don't think it's the easiest map. This song,
one of the easiest for sure, though.
It's definitely on the easier side, but it's not one of the easiest in my opinion. It has a really tough set of streams which will be fairly easy to hit, but if you lose track, you can suffer tremendously. Just because this song doesn't give you a lot of chances to recover.
I'm curious to see how much South Korea can win this one, because on that hand, I believe Brazil can play it like maybe a bit well, but we'll see. They're struggling to get the second player online. That's Denon, a player who has improved a lot in the recent 4 months. For those of you who don't know, he was playing 3D Taiko World Cup. He signed up as a 500, and he didn't get into South Korean team. And now he's 140, and has improved so much in the past 4 months. And he has become one of the key players from South Korea. But it seems like he won't be playing, so it's Peaceful instead.
Yep. So it looks like I think the only player swap was 5 Henry stepping out for South Korea, and Olo will be stepping in for this hard rock pick. We've got the music flowing. Got 2 players frozen. Oh, there we go. And here's the beginning.
2-minute map, remember?
The person missing early on.
Yeah, already a big act trip as well. It's a short map. Still, it shouldn't matter really much unless Peaceful and Ola are just as consistent as they are known.
Well, they're both currently at the double S in the first 300 nodes. A very promising start for them.
Yeah, this is one of the most feared Hard Rock rosters from the whole tournament, I'd say.
Exactly. So far, Brazil has no entry whatsoever. South Korea refuses to even give Brazil a 100 in the first half of the song. The person missing at the very start is hurting him, as he does have reduced accuracy and a very minor combo penalty.
Olo, the only double S left, and less than a quarter left, only 1/3 left of map. South Korea hasn't given a single chance.
Speed up, it's going to be moving up to 283 BPM. I'll correct my statement earlier. And Fox Rippers missing out the gate.
It's just way too hard to win against South Korea in the Hard Rock. That's how hard it is as Brazil finds a double miss, a complete reset again.
Ola loses the double S, but both Peaceful and Olo are sitting at full combos as they come to the very end of the speed section.
My goodness.
So now they just have to handle the very straightforward slowdown, and they will finish with 2 full combos.
Yeah, that's why Brazil buying Hard Rock too. Because this roster from South Korea is just so good. And there we have it. That's a 2-way full combo, I believe.
Yeah.
400.
Failed at the end. And there we go. Only 13 100s amongst both players in South Korea. They come out with a very strong first pick of their own. So, score is 1 apiece. Both sides winning their first picks, which is definitely what you want.
Correct, yeah.
But
we'll
now
see about Brazil.
We'll see what will Brazil do next. They are the next to act.
Possibly another Nomad again. I think Nomads are definitely like their best choice. Maybe not really sure about the rest.
Well,
South Korea doesn't have a really good hidden though, but hidden one is like.
Well, they'll still just pick stuff that they're very comfortable with. I don't think they're willing to do any risky picks right off the bat.
Of course not. Yeah. I'm not really sure what they're going to pick specifically, though.
Nomad 1 would be a bit dangerous, given how speedy that song is.
Yeah, it's really fast.
That song's really fast, and it might be a bit speedier, and would be very dangerous with Brazil, especially given how dominant we saw South Korea in the second half of Speed of Link.
It's Cabario.
But it's going to be...
Kuma.
Yeah, it's going to be Kuma no Kireme.
Correct. Yeah, Nomad 3.
This is interesting. This is also a very well-known beat map. Very fast-paced. Well,
yeah.
as you can see. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're going with this. But you know what? I'm just as excited to see how they will perform. The song is 3 minutes and 14 seconds in length, has an OD of 7, HP of 6, a star rating of 8.2. Definitely one of the more draining songs in the pool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, the 1/6 bursts are, yeah, the hardest part of the map in general.
Exactly.
Jonah, I'm not really sure if he will come in. He says bye. But yeah, one of, like, really draining map in general. We'll see how Brazil manages with this one as Skull Kid comes in for Boxer.
So it looks like they're waiting on Danan to get into the lobby.
Yeah, again, yeah.
But once they all get sorted, things will be ready to go. It looks like Brazil will have Papus and Skull Kid playing for this map.
Yeah, Denon isn't in the correct slot. I believe he's in the lobby. There we go.
There we go. I believe most players in the lobby here should be very competent at playing this map. Probably. So it's going to be... I expect it to be a much closer battle than what we saw with Speed of Link.
Yeah, let's hope Brazil gets their pick and this match remains competitive as we see Nomad 3 second pick from Brazil. Kuma no Kireme.
Alright, just waiting for the client to sync up, and it is synchronizing. There we go. Alright, there we go. Everything is all synchronized and ready to go. It looks like Peaceful did pick up a 100 to start the song. But other than that, this is a very slow start. It's gonna crank up in just a second.
Here you go.
Go.
Oh, Peaceful!
But Peaceful misses at the start.
Oh, I'm not really sure if you know like one of those patterns, but he missed like 5 notes in a row. Dropped the act a lot already.
Yeah, this is a very unfortunate start for South Korea. As Peaceful finds some struggles early on in the song. He's down 4% away from everybody else. He's giving Brazil a very small lead to begin with.
Yeah, Peaceful can definitely recover from that act drop, and given the map that is 3 minutes and 14 seconds, and then people miss at the same time.
Danan absolutely struggles in the section. Danan losing 3%, 3.5%. It actually benefits Brazil. As
yes.
Skull Kid is the only person left on a full combo.
He is holding the highest act. People is missing at literally nothing.
He's holding the highest act in the lobby, has the full combo momentum in his favor. It's not all the way, obviously, as Papus was unable to hold his combo, but still is going to be beneficial for Brazil here.
Halfway through, there's 1 minute and 40 seconds left, approximately.
Yep. There's 1.5 minutes left in the song. Skull Kid will have to survive another section. He's done well in the first half, but will he maintain that in the second half? We're about to find out.
Here we go.
This is a tough song.
A no-lock from Skull Kid would give away the whole advantage for Brazil. Peaceful.
Not when Peaceful is picking up a miss there. help Brazil a bit. Danan following it up as well. And a miss of his own. Now Brazil is looking smooth sailing right now.
Okay, reaching almost 99, 98.9 act, being the best act by far. South Korea finds another miss on Peaceful, and both players finding misses here and there. This really looks like a Brazil win.
It does look like it will be a Brazil win at this rate. As Brazil maintains a 80,000 lead, and that 80,000 lead is not going anywhere. Even a catastrophic choke at the very end here would not stop South Korea from losing. So it looks like Brazil should be able to secure this from here. And they do win by a 100,000 point margin. And
That's
Brazil...
right, the second point. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Yeah, Brazil taking their point, the second point against South Korea, making it quite the battle already. Skull Kid, he just played out of his mind.
Yep. And Brazil just winning on their own pick. Everything is still equilibrium in the world. As Brazil confidently defend this pick. Backed largely by Skull Kid's 32-100 full combo. Putting him easily like 70,000 points over the next best player. It is a very unreal performance from Skull Kid. And he helps to bring Brazil across the line without much issues whatsoever. And you can't ask for much more than that. So South Korea next to pick.
A really good score from Skull Kid there. We'll see a second pick from South Korea now. There are no longer any hot rocks. The free mod department is all open, and it will be a free mod. It will be free mod to Vanguard. I believe this one was a custom map by Fapida. The OD8 with no mod. I'm looking forward to see some hard rock here.
Pretty much. It does have one of the highest ODs in the pool, which actually favors Hard Rock a bit because taking on the Hard Rock mod will provide a smaller accuracy disadvantage. It clocks in at 1 minute and 55 length, star rating of 7.2, and has a BPM of 170, but just listening to the song, it doesn't snap like a 170. Definitely has quite a couple of tricky patterns that will catch players off guard. Now, if this is the first time that you are tuning in to Taiko World Cup, we do have a rule where at least one player from each team has to select a mod, being either hidden, hard rock, or both hidden and hard rock together, and there cannot be the same mod combinations in the same team. So you can't copy a teammate, basically, in their mod choice.
Basically, no to hiddens, no to hard rocks, no to no mods.
So, it provides a very interesting dynamic in the free mod pool, and at a time like this, on a map like this, it can be quite the interesting dilemma, which we have seen time and time again throughout this tournament.
First time we see Hirake enter into the match. I think mods should be quite easy to guess. Because it'll be Olo Harrock, Peep is no mod, Peaceful hidden Harrock though.
Ooh, South Korea going big. They're going to pick up all 3 mods that they can take. As Peaceful picks hidden and hard rock, and Olo goes with hard rock. Hirake will take hidden, and Papas will take nothing. So South Korea having the double mod advantage, which will give them a 12% boost in terms of individual performances. We will see if that pays off. Obviously, they'll have a much tougher map ahead of them.
It will all be up to Peaceful in the end. If he's able to perform really well and able to keep that act high, it should be easy to win for South Korea, but as we all know it.
Well, we'll see. You never know. As long as Peaceful stays above 98.5%, he will be just fine.
Correct, yeah. This map is really short as well, not even 2 minutes.
It's a huge risk on a map like this. But so far, South Korea working very well. Largely off the back of their mod advantage. Hirake is suffering in accuracy a little bit. most of the points right now appears to be coming from that mod boost.
Yeah, unless Peaceful just node locks an entire pattern and just finds a couple misses and a huge act drop.
Even then, it may not be enough, because he's currently ahead by about 30,000 points, and it's only rising as halfway in the song. South Korea doesn't make a mistake. And
Deepest though.
Deepest missing at the end of that section.
You're okay? He missed right before this section, and
Peaceful
even
misses as well.
Peaceful misses.
But South Korea has a really nice buffer, because even though Peaceful and Ola may start picking up misses in this section, but Brazil does not have the accuracy to compete with South Korea.
Not even the combo now.
Not even the combo as well. Yeah, Olo is maintaining the full combo, which is helping South Korea just that extra more, just help them get over the line.
Yeah, this should be a pretty clear win for South Korea.
Yep, it is going to be. The only question left is, will Ola finish with a full combo?
Most likely, there's nothing left in this map.
You never know.
True. 30 100s for Ola. Really good score for Peaceful as well, despite those 3 misses.
Yeah, Peaceful actually just barely staying above 1 million points. Almost a very decent performance. Did not bite off more than he could chew. Although maybe he might have found more success with one mod. Either way, a win is still a win, and it is 2 apiece.
Correct. This match looking quite promising. We'll see if Brazil doesn't run enough bigs before this can get a lot more interesting. They have gone with 2 no mods. They probably go with another one, but there are only 4 left, and we'll see what they want to go with. Because you mentioned earlier, Nova 1 was kind of unlikely. Yeah, 350 BPM map. Definitely not a favorite Brazil pick. It's going to be Nova 5.
Nova 5 will be selected. Matusa Bomber. Composed by none other than Rahat himself.
Map by Nath. Yes. Oof, this map, 220 BPM, 3 minutes long. A lot of doubles in general, I believe. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen the area in this map though. I'm not really sure if there are some 1/3 as well, but I think 1/6, maybe no 1/3. But in general, really hard, really weird. 1/4 and 1/6 snappings, I believe. Let's see how it goes for Brazil.
It is a very challenging technical map. Nas has become, I'd say, infamous for over the past year or 2, maybe longer. It definitely creates a lot of challenges for players at this level. And we're about to see Skull Kid and Hirake play against Peaceful and Danan on this map. It will be very exciting. Good luck. 3 minutes of absolute chaos. Enjoy. And here we go. Gonna get started. Skull Kid with the early miss.
Overall, this is a 3-minute map, so it shouldn't make much of a difference. Unless South Korea is just really consistent with this map.
Yeah, and staying consistent on this map is going to be quite the challenge. I mean, look at all the snap changes that you'll see throughout the song. It's going to be quite a puzzle.
Yeah, barely favored South Korea. Remember, this is Brazil's pick. So far, there have been no breakpoints.
But will that stay? We will see over the next 3 minutes. And Danan will pick up a miss, and that's going to flip the lead back to Brazil. As they're only very
barely favoring Brazil now, with Hirake missing. Now favoring back again, South Korea. And first to the map, and this looks really good. Denon.
Peaceful was holding a full combo, I think, and now he's started picking up misses. Skull Kid absolutely holding on for dear life and helping Brazil maintain a lead for now.
Skull Kid is playing out of his mind today. South Korea, both of their players were not able to keep up through that section. And now Brazil is winning because of that advantage plus the combo difference from Skull Kid.
Exactly. But this is the second half of the song. In the second half, it's not any easier. Skull Kid is going to be fighting for his performance right now. But South Korea maintaining really good accuracies as both players remain at 98%. Behind, but certainly within striking distance. In case Brazil has a major slip-up.
The last quarter of the map, and Skull Kid is being the main factor of Brazil's win alongside Hiraka Zach.
Exactly. And the client decides to stop. But once the client starts again, we will get to the final part of the song. Eventually. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll get there
Someday.
eventually. We'll get there eventually. Don't
There we go.
Don't worry.
There we go. We don't have the music, but we do have the end here. It looks like Brazil will be slipping, but they're not actually slipping. Skull Kid is just a little bit behind everybody else.
Yeah, but with those misses by South Korea.
Yeah, as long as Skull Kid doesn't miss, Brazil should be able to hold here.
Oh, Skull Kid.
Okay, loses a percent, but
Brazil,
my God.
Brazil.
Brazil, be careful here. Take it home. Yeah, he should. Yeah, they won.
Yeah, they won.
There we go.
Then a trade back right in the end, though, but Skull Kid.
Okay.
And Hirake almost giving it away in the end.
So Skull Kid, picking up a lot of misses at the very end, but you know what? He still has a very good score, as the huge combo does him some favors. And I believe they won with a margin of 60,000 points. We're just getting confirmation from the MP link. Yep. Brazil has won their pick by 60,000 points. So the score is 3-2.
My goodness, Brazil.
Brazil just defends their pick again.
Let's go, Brazil. The first South American team ever to make it to the TWC podium. Fighting back-to-back against South Korea. Skull Kid playing really, really well on the past two picks by Brazil, I believe.
Yeah, Skull Kid has definitely done Brazil some solid favors so far in this match. We will see where that continues, as nobody's able to break through. But as the maps start running out, chances that players will start playing a lot more inconsistently will increase, because they're going to be picking maps that they would not prefer to pick.
Correct. Brazil, when they run out of snow mods, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, maybe South Korea may run out of maps. We will see. Because it is looking very competitive so far in the first 5 maps.
You still have 2 free mods. South Korea should be able to play in pretty well. Prima 1 is really, hard, so we're probably going to buy that. It's going to be free mod 3, Flame War.
Flame War will be next picked.
Three minutes 36 seconds. Longest free mod. It's a short version.
Yeah. 3.5 minutes. This song is running at a pace of 300 BPM, which is pretty much the fastest map we've seen in a free mod pool. Definitely brings its own set of challenges.
Yeah, some really brutal finishers here and there in this map. I think there's a really hard section with the finishers. The hierarchy here would be quite brutal in this BPM.
Yeah, so this song is like a much more difficult version of the 260 BPM song, or was it 250, that we saw a few weeks back. Present very similar set of challenges, just cranked up to a very high level. So even though it is 300 BPM, the velocity of the scroll speed is much slower. It's a lot more fairer, per se, put it that way. The OD is 6, so playing without Hard Rock, actually no, playing with Hard Rock will be 8.4.
Yep.
And we're getting a similar story that we saw with the other free mod pick. Once again, South Korea is going to take the double mod advantage. As Peaceful goes with hidden Hard Rock. Although with Hard Rock, you're okay, we're just hidden. Only difference now is Skull Kid will be playing no mod instead of us. Will that make Brazil a bit more competitive?
Skull has been killing it recently. This map is pretty long, despite being a COD version.
Hirake making the early miss. Will be the first of many we will see. Makes the recovery right before the section begins. South Korea doing absolute wonders in the first 400 notes of the song. This is a fast section. Is this going to hurt South Korea more?
Yeah,
but so far they are not wavering at all.
Yeah, Hirake actually missing for the third time already. And Beastle holding really, really good act with 99.54. All of us are doing pretty well.
And even despite having extra mods, Peaceful is doing better in the accuracy department than Hirake is, which is actually giving South Korea a very minor accuracy advantage that is favoring them. And with Hirake missing earlier, and it's certainly everything is all South Korea right now. They got the combo, they got the accuracy, they got the mod advantage. They have all three cards in play in their favor.
Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah, that's why you see that they're ahead by about 70,000 points.
It will come down to Beastful. Again, same as Freematsu, struggling and chopping a lot of act, and maybe even that won't be enough.
Yeah,
he's going to quite a good act.
Skull Kid, he's running at nearly a double S, which is a very phenomenal performance. Unfortunately, missing out on going with a mod puts him at a 6% handicap compared to South Korea.
Oh, Hirake! I know!
And there we go. You can just look at it. Skull Kid and Olo, the difference is night and day. They both have the same score, but the accuracies tell a completely different story. That is the benefit of picking up an extra mod.
Yeah, reaching halfway through.
And Skull Kid has to maintain at that level if he wants to.
Yeah, but he can't. He's missing quite a lot. But Peaceful, he gets the miss finally!
He does finally get a miss, but his accuracy is still good. He's above 99%. Which is...
That's way too good, yeah.
Yeah, it's very beneficial. Look at him. His individual score is at least 50,000 points ahead of everybody else. So, he may miss out on combo for a while. It shouldn't hurt him too much, especially when Hirake is giving South Korea some rope.
Yeah, we'll have to see some massive no lock or just big miss from Olo as well, giving away a lot of score. But Hirake isn't making it easy for Brazil, as he is struggling a lot hidden on this map.
And Skull Kid missing at the end here. That's going to hurt Brazil even more. So heading into the final quarter of the song, South Korea's ahead by at least 100,000 points. They are looking very likely to take this pick. Peaceful does drop below 99%, but shouldn't be much worries. Olo is easily holding up. Despite having 98% accuracy, he is pretty much offsetting Skull Kid's very strong performance on this map.
Yeah, at this point, South Korea already won this free mod.
Yeah,
it will be another time.
Yeah, Hirake, unfortunately, unable to hold a mod, which I can't blame him. He was forced to pick a mod under the free mod rules. And it just gave South Korea a much wider opening to take this, and they have taken it down, winning by just under 200,000 points. So, it is 3-3. 6 maps have played, nobody breaking. In fact, no one's even been remotely close to breaking so far. I think the smallest margin we've had was like, what, 60,000 points? I think? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So...
No Matsu.
Yeah, everyone's been... Ooh. No Matsu. Everyone's just been very comfortably holding on to their own choices. But that can only last for so long. At some point, somebody's going to make either a misplay, picking something that their opponent's much stronger than they anticipated, or they're just going to run out of picks themselves. They got to go with more sketchier choices. Will that happen here? We will see. As Nomad 2 will be picked next.
Yeah, Hiraka would go out. Peepus would come in. Olo for Denon as well. We'll see how this one goes. This Bucky Collar. 200 BPM, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Pretty long. Nomad in general. With, I believe, 1/4 and 1/6 in some sections. Pretty chokeable overall.
And we will see.
I believe he has 1/3 of the finishers.
Yeah, there's a lot of finishes on this map, yes.
Yeah.
So, finishes do provide players with a couple extra bonus points. It does contribute to getting to 1 million. There's a stupid amount of finishes in the song. So, you will see a couple players probably skipping on those extra points. That is if the client actually moved along with the song. Because we wouldn't be seeing anything in the first place. Aha! There we go. Absolute banger. But so far in the first 200 notes, all 4 players keeping up with each other. This is one of the more easier sections of the song, so
here we go.
Definitely we'll be seeing a lot more consistent performances here.
Getting the answer. 1/6.
Go.
Dana dropping a bit on those 1/6 in the middle of the 1/4 patterns. Giving it almost away to Brazil. Really, really close.
Yeah, no one's slipping up so far in the first 600 notes. I spoke too soon! Peaceful misses! Oh no.
That's a massive break for South Korea. Still, this is a really long map in general.
Yeah, and with that curse out the way, Brazil takes the lead. A very small lead, but a lead nonetheless.
Oh, but it goes back and forth with Denon and Skulky missing. It's literally the finisher battle there.
Yeah, and there's a couple more finisher battles.
It's a 1K difference. Might well be the first breakpoint of this match.
Hey, we are not halfway into the song, by the way.
Correct. Yeah.
This is still a second half to go.
Beepus missed the slow section, giving a bit more of an advantage to South Korea, but still, as you said, just halfway through.
Yeah, as the person looks like to be struggling in this section, accuracy-wise as well. But Skulk and Danan trade misses. But here comes the finishes. Oh,
Skulk and miss at the same pattern.
Yeah, it looks like they went for the bonus points, which actually might be the correct play because they didn't have much of a combo to begin with.
Yeah, and Beastle gave away the combo. Anak, Beepus is just having the spotlights right now with that 99.11%.
And you know what? He has a little bit of a combo momentum in Brazil's favor. So South Korea's lead is going to be shrinking just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be... I wouldn't say it's enough to flip it back, but it's going to certainly narrow it down to less than 10,000 points.
And it's held throughout this QI. Last quarter.
Here we go. Last quarter of the song. South Korea, a very slim lead. They're almost back to 400 combo. So Brazil's combo momentum will slow. In fact, it has slowed at this point. But any misses from here on out was going to be extremely detrimental to either team's chances. But they get through that overlay, no problems. Danan and Peaceful fighting to take this breakpoint, by the way.
Oh, Danan
misses! Okay, Danan's going to miss.
Still, Aqualize, they're better.
But Papus trades it off.
Danan trades it back.
And Skullkid misses as well. So Peaceful going to the finish section. He's hitting all the finishes. He's hitting all of those finishes. He's going for those bonus points.
Oh, wait, watch out, he finds something.
It's gonna be really close here.
Skullkid fighting him, but he just got
absolutely collapsing.
He bends it away.
But it's going to be extremely close. Who's gonna come out on top? These finishes are gonna settle it.
It's South Korea taking the break point, finally, on the edge.
And South Korea Actually, they snatched the breakpoint by hitting all those finishes.
Correct.
Wow, Peaceful took on the extra challenge trying to hit both of the color inputs to take those extra points, and hit them certainly more than enough to the point where it actually might have single-handedly contributed to their breakpoint. Wow!
Poof. Such a
very close performance by all those players, actually. A very tough song, as you can imagine.
And look at what is left.
Wow.
There's really not much stuff to pick, but no mod 1, no mod 4 are undoubtedly the no mods that Brazil wouldn't like to pick. And there we go, that's no mod 4 for South Korea.
And now, South Korea, they are up at breakpoint. After 6 maps, they have broken Brazil. Actually, well, 3. Well, 4. They've done it. But now South Korea's got to defend it. They need to maintain their breakpoint advantage for as long as they can. And they're going to pick No Mod 4 to do it. So, you know, this song, if you guys remember when the flesh unfolds from semis, this is that, but more difficult.
Yeah, I think Mango's description was perfect. A map was showcased. This literally when the flesh unfolds with steroids. Literally.
Yeah, pretty much. That is a fair description. This song is 280 BPM flat, I think, for most, if not all of the song. It has an OD of 8, which is very high on the accuracy requirement. 3 minutes in length, and a star rating of 7.8.
Yeah, OD8 is, I mean, that OD8 in a map that is literally death streams be really high. I think Skull Kid is going to be essential for Brazil here if they want to stand a chance. Fire Henry, also a really, really good player in this type of maps. I will see if the nerves don't get to him, because that's what's important here, because Fire Henry has a lot of solo scores at this type of maps, but I'm not really sure if he will be able to replicate them in a tournament match, in a loser's grand finals.
I mean, look, the stakes are very high, even higher for, I would say they're actually higher for South Korea, because yeah, they're up the breakpoint, but Brazil has shown that they can be quite competitive on some picks, and South Korea, if they slip up, it may put some pressure on them. But this is a very punishing map. Peaceful's been playing for the majority of South Korea's map. I think he's played for every single South Korea map so far.
Yeah.
And especially hitting all those finishes. Yeah, this song does not have a lot of breaks, so who knows, maybe Peaceful will break at some point.
Yeah, he struggled a bit last map in the end, so he might definitely struggle. Beep has been the first one to miss though, with a huge jack drop.
Yeah, but this is fairly early into the song, so it's not as bad as it looks. But those misses certainly don't help.
Yeah, the problem is the act difference with everyone else. 96 against everyone holding a 99. Peaceful almost double lasting. Fire Henry training back though.
And there we go. South Korea currently ahead by accuracy. Skull Kid making a really good recovery before slipping up at the end of that combo.
Yeah, he dropped whole percent almost. He had 99.8. And now Peaceful is really, really on the top score side of this map.
He's nearly running on the double S at 1,000 notes, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you said he might miss. Well, it doesn't really look like it.
He's looking strong right now.
Really, really strong. Halfway through.
South Korea on track to solidify their breakpoint advantage, but you know, things can happen in the second half of the song.
Maybe still dropping some ac at the end of those streams, but still doing pretty well. Brazil, on the other hand, just constantly dropping the ac. And although Fire Hammer finds a miss here and a small ac drop, with Peaceful score, it won't matter.
Yeah, as long as it looks like South Korea is pretty much on track to take this point. I think the only thing that could happen is 5 Henry failing and the person Skull Kid passing. And even then, that's very unlikely to happen because this is only a HP of 5.
Oof, but Peaceful, he missed there. But that drop was enough.
Yeah, he had a really good combo going for him, and that combo is doing him wonders for now. As Peaceful is still at least 30,000 points ahead of everyone else individually.
Oh, Fire Henry missing up the end of those streams, but still, the difference is way too big.
Yeah, Peaceful just being an absolute hero in this song.
Yeah, we'll need a massive no-log from South Korea right now. Peaceful Fire Henry.
Peaceful!
No-log.
That is a huge drop.
It was a huge drop.
But you know what? It's okay. It should be okay here. But Skullkid has that good combo going.
No, it's not enough with Peebus missing. And both of the South Koreans holding through. This should be a 5-3.
So there we go. We did say at some point there may have been major drops from South Korea, and they were, but it was only at the very end of the song where we saw Peaceful struggle. He had a very good combo, 1,700 notes, building himself a very strong score before that happened, and that just allowed him so much room to suffer. And as a result, that's helped South Korea solidify the breakpoint advantage. And now Brazil has to win this.
Oof,
if not, it'll be 6-3, very dire.
Potentially last break from Brazil if they lose the following two maps. They need to pick wisely. There's not much left in the pool. Number one, definitely not going to be the big hitter one. It's really fast, so I'm not really sure to which extent it will favor Brazil. And then it's just the Fremo one, which will definitely not get picked, and the DTs.
So, Nomad is about to run out. And
yeah, Nomad one.
The only Nomad that's left is 300 and I think 70 BPM.
I think 50. So, but yeah, it's still a lot.
It's still ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
So we have the speed Nomad pick. You got Hidden 1, which is very fast.
Really fast. Yeah, it's really likely Olo can play it. That's why I wouldn't say it's a safe pick for Brazil.
Yeah. You still got double time 1 and 2, so you got the faster Sandan Life and the more technically challenging transport. And then finally,
the stream only map. Yeah.
Yeah, you have the 100-second long stream only song.
Yeah,
it literally doesn't have a break.
Yeah, no break. That's really hard. Yeah. God, I mean, I think number 1 and Fremo 1 are out of the question. Maybe number 1, but it will be really strange. I think it will be ADT. Or Hidden, if they want to risk.
Yeah, this is a tough position for Brazil.
Number 1, actually.
They're going for it. They're going for the speed pick.
Brazil will only pick Nomad this match. They have picked 5 out of 6.
But will they win in all of them? They
Rainbow
won. They're currently 2 out of 3 in their Nomad picks. Will they be 3 out of 4? Or will it be 2 out of 4?
I don't know. They are already giving up quite the battle against South Korea.
Yeah. So I heard you like 389 BPM. It says 777 BPM, but I assure you it snapped to as if it's 380. So,
yeah, 380, 350, something like that.
Yeah, it's still really stupidly fast.
Yeah, will require a lot of finger control as well.
So here we go, OD of 7, 389 effective BPM. OD, HP of 4, star rating of 7.9, 2.5 minutes of exciting action.
Remember, South Korea comes from a 7-1 against Canada. Brazil has already scored 3 points against them. Will this be the 4th?
Well, we're about to find out. You know, they're down to breakpoint. They don't have much room for error.
Yeah, if someone has to pop off here, it's Hirake.
Unfortunately for Hirake, everybody is popping off as no one picks up a miss in the first 300 notes. In fact, South Korea has a very slight accuracy advantage. Very minuscule. but it does exist, as Irike is the only person not at 99%, which is the standard that everybody else is setting.
Yeah, currency's not looking good for Brazil, especially in Hiraki side, as you mentioned. They will need an actor from South Korea halfway through.
But so far, they have not missed, which is what Brazil...
Now might change. There we go, Peepers with a miss, and the whole percentage drop as the fastest section enters.
And yeah, Papus now struggling, picking up a lot of misses, and dropping to 98% accuracy.
Yeah, Hirake with a miss as well. A single miss though, but still the act difference between Beasel and everyone else is huge at this moment.
Yeah, South Korea looking pretty good right now, as both players are very comfortably on full combos, and both players are above 99%. And coming into the last fifth of the song, as long as South Korea just survives this, they should be fine.
They will be fine, probably, unless
they will at this rate. They will be fine.
Yeah, they should.
But
be.
it's 380 BPM. Anything can happen.
True.
Oh, see, tell you,
Yeah,
anything can happen.
Not that big of a
miss on the same note.
Peaceful. Wait. Oh, yeah, but there's no act in Brazil enough, and this will be match point for South Korea. Another break point. Big favoring South Korea.
So after three players missing at the same time, South Korea able to just take it home with the better accuracy, and it is now 6-3. South Korea is up 2 breakpoints. They have control of 2 of the next 3 picks, and they're secured a fight in tiebreaker if, for whatever reason, the next 3 maps completely backfires for them.
Problem, I mean, on the one hand, you have like almost no maps left. On the other hand, it's quite hard.
They're in the best possible position.
They should go with VT.
They should, honestly.
They should.
They're up 2 breakpoints.
There we go.
They should just fire out a DT pick. Brazil's been avoiding it for... they're going DT1. Brazil's been avoiding DT so long. They've been so insistent on just staying with Nomon. And you can just tell just looking at the picks. So, South Korea, I think, making a correct decision to try double time. Since it's been clear Brazil's been avoiding it for so long.
Yeah, close in BPM to Nomon 1. 341 BPM. But a lot harder because it's DT in general. Probably the hardest map in the pool.
Yeah, this map is very similar in terms of its speedy elements. So, it's very likely we're going to be seeing all 4 of these players staying in.
Yeah, most likely.
But this is double time. So, unlike before, where the OD was much lower, now the OD is 6+. So, I think it's like 9 point... I think it's effectively 9.5. It's very high. Especially at this speed. It's going to be quite the challenge for these players. But Brazil has no choice. If they want to remain in this tournament, they have to just combat South Korea on this. And we will see very quickly how competitive they will be on this.
I think actually this is 8.5. 8.49?
Is it 8? I thought it was 9. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. I'm using the... Yeah, I just checked. I think it's 8.49, I believe.
Thank you for confirming.
No worries. Still, it's DT.
But here we go. It's DT, so it doesn't matter. And you can see right off the bat, all the players suffering with accuracy. No one above 98%. Skull Kid and Dinan trading each other off very effectively. Peaceful sitting at 95, but Hirake trying to chase him at 93.
Oof. Yeah, nerves here will be a thing, especially for Denon, who isn't that experienced, but he might do really well.
It's helping that Skull Kid is missing, but Peaceful is trading it off. Oh, but Peaceful is absolutely struggling.
Just Denon actually remaining with a full combo, well, at least a big combo.
And that full combo is actually going to help South Korea a good bit.
Yeah, Danon actually the
And it's
best
gone.
attack. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It is certainly going to be slightly advantageous for the time being.
Yeah, Hirok needs to build up his ag because he's way behind everyone else, 4% behind Peaceful.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing. Although, if Hirake can maintain a good performance in the second half of the song, and South Korea starts to struggle a lot more, you can actually expect this lead to collapse. But
yeah,
not happening right now. It's
we will need Peaceful and Danon to miss like a lot, and Skull Kid to carry the way back for Brazil. If not, there's no way.
Unfortunately, Hirake's at like 90%, and it is brutal.
Oh, Skull Kid.
He is absolutely struggling on this map.
This might be the end for Brazil. Might be the win for South Korea. Might be the second place for them. And the battle confirmed against Japan for the second year in a row in the grand finals.
That is, if the client will allow us to see the ending of this map. There we go. A little bit of a desync, but it's actually very minuscule. But here we go. We're going to the very last section of the song. South Korea looking very strong in this final section, but Danon absolutely struggling. Unfortunately, Brazil, so are they.
Yeah.
Peaceful taken home.
Yeah, Peaceful will take it home. This will be over. This will be a GG well played, even though everyone struggles at the end.
So yeah, there we go. A double fail from Brazil. And that's going to be wrapping up the match. South Korea, after a very interesting and very strong start with a 3-3 result, Brazil just ran out of picks to be competitive on. And South Korea just dominated on their, I guess, more diverse skill set, especially on the faster picks in the latter half of the match. And as a result, South Korea will win this match to knock out Brazil. They will have a shot at fighting Japan, team who has been on a 7-year win streak. Japan looking for an 8th, and like every other time, Japan comes in with a bracket reset advantage, so South Korea definitely does have a challenge ahead of them if they want any shot at making it Taiko World Cup history, trying to take down Japan.
Still.
Yeah, that's gonna be... Yeah, sorry, I've been cutting you off for so long.
Yeah, don't worry. Just, I wanted to say that really good performance from South Korea this year once again. Even though they had so many players swapping out, like Bam going, playing Kopaku, even like a whole new roster with Peaceful, and they played really well. This also will be last year from Peaceful till at least 2 years. So really good performance for him this year as well. So we'll see him play. We see South Korea play now as we see the bracket in the winners' grand finals as we announced. But still, I wanted to say GG to Brazil. They made it for the first time. The podium top 3. They've been trying so hard, and they made it alongside a lot of other teams who also did their very best, like Singapore getting for the first time to finals, or Argentina also getting for the first time in finals.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of new shakeups in the top 8 this year's World Cup, and Brazil has benefited it the most, actually, as they have gone on to make it all the way to the top 3. Definitely not being up against Japan early helped them a fair bit, but certainly, at the end of the day, they still had a very, very good run. A lot of players are very proud of what they've achieved, and they'll be taking, I think, $40 per player, so nice little reward for them for their efforts. But now our matches looks forward to the grand conclusion. It will be happening 3 hours from now, so at 6 UTC we will have Japan playing against Korea in what will be a very interesting matchup, I say. We'll see,
we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Japan has been very dominant throughout the tournament. I think they've only dropped
2 points against South Korea.
5 points. Yeah, they've only lost like 5 points throughout the whole tournament, so they have had a pretty dominant run. And we'll see if South Korea will have the chance to do so. We will have a caster swap at that time. I believe Ethan and Teasel?
No. Mr.
Yeah.
Blue, I believe. Mr.
Oh, sorry.
Blue and
Boo.
Teasel.
Yeah, Boo and Teasel will be casting that. I'll be on standby as a backup in case things happen. But that will be it. So,
Yep.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching. We've had a really good turnout. If you guys did enjoy Osu Live, go ahead and hit the follow button so you stay in the know of when there will be future World Cup matches. Also, one more thing. Actually, no, sorry, 2 more things before we wrap up here. I believe Catch World Cup is still having their registrations open. I believe they're open for a few more days. So,
Yeah.
if you guys are in the top 5,000 in Catch and you feel like you have a shot at representing your country, go ahead and consider applying for Catch World Cup. Really exciting stuff. And also, don't forget about banners. The last chance to get in your Taiko World Cup banners, you can pick any of the top 16 teams in this year's World Cup. If you pick Japan or South Korea, you have a chance at holding them for a full year.
Yeah, but still, anyways, doesn't matter. Thanks, Aaron, for watching. As Pete said, that's all for us. Stay tuned for the grand finals of the winners bracket between South Korea and Japan at 6 a.m. UTC, because that's the final showdown. Stay tuned for more Osu Taiko World Cup. See you next time.
See you next time.